Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. This is Rima and I'm here with another guidance session. Um, I've decided to do a coffee cup reading for all zodiac signs, and let's see what message you need to hear today, and what the guides and spirits and the energies from the universe want us to focus on. What do we need to know today? And this is a timeless reading, so whenever you're watching is when you were guided to hear these messages. I wanted to thank you all for supporting my channel. Whether you have been following me for a while or you just happen to watch this video, thank you so much. um, if you're interested in my work, you can watch more videos on my channel. There's a playlist that the readings are organized based on the zodiac sign. And also, as I mentioned before, like this is a timeless reading. The other timeless readings that you can watch whenever you're guided to. If you are interested in a private reading, you can find my contact on the About tab in my channel, and you can contact for private reading. So with that, let's start and see what kind of messages we are receiving and we are about to hear, and what do we need to know. Let's see. Okay. Wait, some of you are very, I don't want to say confused, but you're trying to figure something out. Maybe you have been crying. Maybe someone has lost hope and they had to leave some situation or some place, physically or emotionally. Maybe there was something that someone had to make a move. Some of you might have a fight. I don't see it a big one. Like I see return definitely. If you had a fight or an argument with your partner or at work, some of you might have it at work. I definitely see strong. Yeah, definitely someone said something to you that it was very hateful, or some of you, maybe you have done that. Someone, I see them as a main energy, which they have, like they're in power position. They instantly said something very hateful, and someone, it can be you or you might just hear about this, someone was very hate and they are thinking about leaving. This can be in the concept of family love relationship, or it can be at a work situation environment. Definitely this person said something bad, but I do see that they are regretting what they said, um, and they're trying to make things better, but I see that they have an ego. They are. If that's the case, and this basically resonates with you, they might approach you with an apology, or they might come back to you. You might hear from them very soon. So I don't see this situation get basically escalated or get worse. I don't see that. But for some reason, someone is, the thoughts is um, very dark, and because of this, they're very upset. Maybe they are crying, even as I said. If the person who was talked like that is a female, they're very heartbroken, they're crying. They might even have some sick, like they might feel physically or mentally that they are sick, or they didn't expect this. This was really coming out of nowhere. If it didn't happen to you, you might hear about that. And I see some clouds of darkness around this situation, but again, there's light coming with the movement of the moon, with the new moon specifically. Things are going to get better. If this is something that applies to you and it goes with your situation, definitely there's going to be better times coming, and not, it doesn't take that long. It's not going to take for a long time. I would say 5 to 7 days maximum. Things are going to start to change for better. Try to, and I see that that person who was hurt, they try to leave the situation, or they remove themselves from that environment, which this is good. For some of you, or for some scenarios, this could have happened in a, like in front of other people, and those other people also were hate, and they felt really bad for this. This is very obvious. I'm sure this might resonate with some people. It could have been a meeting, a work meeting, or a friendly gathering, or a party, or even at home, someone really attacked another person, and everyone, I see like 3, 4 other people were at the table, and they're also very hurt and heartbroken. But the person who got attacked is really removed, and it's not easy to get things at the same level, but it won't be worse than that. I think this, for a lot of you, this hope coming, this and if there was something that was hidden from you, for some of you, I see yes, something is hidden from you. And again, I see a male energy who, you know, has done that. Is things are coming up. The moon is coming out of the clouds, and clarity is coming. This good news coming, definitely. Someone even that is thinking about, as I said, moving that situation, leaving or relocation or departing, they will reconsider. I don't see for a lot of it that it will be done. For some of you, this person who did this was very close to your heart, and you didn't expect this. That's why it's very painful. But again, as I mentioned, things are coming to better days. Better days are coming, and things are coming into clarity. If it's something hidden, don't worry about it. It's coming. It's going to be peaceful. Um, Someone is coming to your life. Very beautiful energy is coming into your life. I see a lot of clarity. I think you can very well see the moon coming out, emerging from the behind the um, clouds, behind the dark clouds, and I can envision a very dark night that the full moon is coming out. It doesn't necessarily need to be a full moon, but I see a very clear and strong moon. If you're a Cancer sign and you're ruled by moon, you might be very much affected. And in this full moon or in this cycle of the moon, it's a very powerful one, and you might receive some very good news. I mean, this is definitely showing that something is emerging in your life, which is going to be long lasting, and it's going to bring a lot of changes. And some of you might move and live towards someone. Some of you might confess to your love or receive a confession about love situation that you have been waiting for. And in general, I can say that something that you have been waiting for a very long time is coming. It can be energetically, it can be a wish coming to it can be health and healing, it can be money, but definitely, and it could be also something that you were worried about or you were scared about that is going to be ended, and you receive a news that will put an end on your worries, on your helplessness, on the time that you were heartbroken or something that you were scared. The danger is gonna leave. Something strong is gonna come into your life. Some person very strong, or some of you are gonna get a very strong position. Strong, I see stability and strength coming into your life. Something you might buy. I see like people bring something in your home, a piece of furniture, light, or like a big lamp or something like that, or something that has glasses or mirror, which is very nice. And they handle and they bring it with a lot of care. Um, Very nice energy, and the energy is nice, although it looks dark. But imaging of the moon or the light from behind of that's really good. If you're starting something, it's very auspicious and ominous for you. Very good. The luck is on your side. Some of you are receiving strength to something that you have been postponing, or you didn't have a clear idea of how to do. You didn't have a clear direction. It will come with a direction. Some of you will ring. It will ring something like maybe you receive a message and your phone rings like a ringing. Maybe someone is at your doorbell, or again ringing. Something rings in your ear, which is actually very good. There's a good news coming. Despite the sadness that I can see and isolation that I can see, but overall the energies are very good. Some of you are having a meeting or like a reunion with your mother. Maybe it's like not planned and they feel very very good. Or maybe if you are a mother, you might have a like something arranged with your child's children or your child, and even not arranged, maybe it just happens out of nowhere. Wow, I see a beautiful tree that's really nice. Spring is going to be, whenever you watch this, spring is going to be a very, very beautiful time for you. Some of you have already started a new life, a new journey, and you're standing in a different place in your life, which is much better than what even you thought. I see, look how light it is and how the energies are transparent. I see that someone might come to your life that they're in and out, not in a bad way, but like they have maybe a commitment. Their job is in a way that they need to come and go. Maybe they're on swing shifts or stuff like that. But this person, each time they come and they leave, your heart also travels with them, and they also are always looking back to see you. And this person is very loyal. If someone is entering your life, I feel the energy of England very strongly. If someone's watching from that part of the world, this might be, uh, applying to you. There's also a possibility that some people are getting married, and right after that, one of them is called for a like mission, or they have to go to the army dispatch, or a doctor needs to go, like even it can happen on the wedding night that someone, like, they might be an emergency that this person might have to leave. But I see this is for very specific people, maybe 10%. It's not going to apply for everyone. Again, I'm seeing very clearly that at a wedding or at a very close relationship, you might feel, or someone, a female energy might feel that the male or the partner is leaving, and they not leaving, as I mentioned, like they are going somewhere at a very important time, and they might have suspicious that they might be suspicious and have suspicions that, well, this my partner is going to see someone else. That's not a valid point. That's not a valid point. This person is really going to do whatever they're telling you they're going to do. If they're saying that they're going to walk, they have been called or whatever, and there's an emergency, that's true. There might be another woman involved, but this could be their mother. Like maybe their mother calls, or their mother is sick and they have to go. Maybe a child is sick, or something that they need to drop everything and go. There is a woman involved. They could be for some of you, but there's no relationship between them. So I see some uh, um, unhappy thoughts might come to that person's mind, but that's not valid. I see definitely someone is in the bed, and maybe someone has fever. Be careful about the flu. If you feel sick, take care of yourself, rest a lot, and try to take care of yourself. Try to rest. I see someone might just get less energy than normal and I see fever definitely. And again, I see that someone is coming to help this person, and they might need to drop something ASAP and come back to take care of this person. It could be a mother figure, or on the other side, it can be that a person has to leave their job, drop everything, and go back home to take care of their child's mother or wife who's sick. So definitely, I see that. The romantic situation, I see female energies are very dominant here. I see number 7. There might be something that you hear with number 7. You receive money like 7. I don't know. I hope 1,000. You might receive. There's someone who's gonna. I see 2 female energy. One is older, and that person is very much supportive for other people, or they're giving a lot of advice, or they're just very comforting. It can be a mother, especially I can see there's a grandma or an auntie who goes to visit the relatives, and really the nieces and nephews feel really attached to this person. They feel very comfortable around this person. That's really nice. Be careful about what you say. Your words can be damaging people's feelings. Some of you, specifically if you're Aries, be careful about that. Try to try to think about what you're saying sometimes, because I see Mars is also still retrograding at this point that I'm doing the reading, but you might be watching it at any time. But again, be careful about what you're saying. Again, very beautiful female energies, and it can be with Venus. For some of you who Venus is the ruler of your chart, I see beautiful times coming. Very nice place, and I see you might land, or you might end up in a place that is very beautiful, like a piece of land which is green and beautiful scenery next to the lake, like totally, absolutely gorgeous place. Some of you might relocate, or you might be in that place in your life that you're just very happy and um, very comfortable with your life, and you're independent, and like you're telling someone that you're very happy. There's some storms coming, changes in the weather. It can be one day very nice and warm, and the next day stormy and like very, yeah, it can damage even the plants or agriculture. Mm, there's definitely some changes in the temperature or in the weather in the forecast that might bring some unpleasant stuff. We might hear about hurricanes or tornadoes or even earthquake. I can also see the energy of earthquake, and people might be asking for help. There might be countries that are sending troops and helps to those affected regions. It might be in the Middle East. For some reason, I feel like Turkey, but again, this is just the energies. I see people are asking for help. Maybe there's a little fire, or somehow maybe there's some changes in the temperature, as I said, or something that people, farmers, are calling for help. Maybe they need to get some help to fix the situation in the land or in the farm. If you are a farmer, or if you are somewhere that you do something that your work is dependent on the temperature or on the climate, be on the watch. Someone is playing golf. Maybe there's a golf vacation that you're planning. Someone is going to Europe, or someone is watching from Europe. You might be like, some of you might be starting watching some TV programs that is like happening in the I don't know, Renaissance time, or like old European times. We're spending a lot of time on that. Something might come. Maybe a big movie comes out that you might want to watch, or you're basically reading a book about that, or just you're getting interested in that part of the history. There is people watching you. Definitely, some of you. I see someone is watching you with envy, specifically if you're getting into a relationship, or you have some successful gains or something. I mean, there's some people, they're close to you, but they're not happy about your achievements, to be honest. And they're thinking that, oh, why did this person get this and that, and we didn't? I mean, try not to reflect everything on the social media, or don't brag about things. Sometimes it's better to keep things a little bit hidden than expose. There's definitely money coming. Maybe people who work in the, uh, mm, like, I don't know, I see people who have, who are producing like milk, or they have any farm animals. Farm animals are good. I see that they talk for those kind of um, stuff, or investments might be better rather than in agriculture. For some reason, I see climate change is going to be bringing some damage. Someone is taking so much alcohol. They might be even like a father figure, or someone who's older, like a senior person, is really taking a lot of alcohol. They might be even addicted. And this might be a problem that for some people who are watching is a concern. If it's not yourself, it's maybe a father figure, an older brother, or someone who's related to you, but you can't have you've kind of dropped them because you can't help them, and they're not going to help themselves. But it comes to you sometimes that you're worried about them. This person is really taking it too much, and it can also be the addiction to something else. But someone is just not on the right path. I can say health wise, and also it can also be behavior. Someone is thinking about doing a procedure on their face, but I don't know. So for some reason, it's very weird, or maybe they want to have tattoo in their face, which is okay. I mean, someone is thinking about different patterns on their face. I don't know if it's a mask, or they want to do a tattoo on their face. Yeah, I see that someone has made in a snowman. If you have problems or issues, it's not gonna last for a long time. It's very temporary. I say things are temporary. Um, Even as I said, they change. The energies are showing a lot of shift, as I mentioned, like the temperature or the climate, which is very unstable. Things are going to be a little bit unstable. Very good at some points, and then shaky a little bit. I don't see anything bad, but it's a little bit of unstable situation. Maybe you're feeling a little bit unstable. But the advice of the reading is to disconnect yourself from these thoughts. I say a lot of it can be thoughts. Maybe you hear about them in the news. Maybe you hear about the inflation, about the climate change, which is true. But I mean, don't put too much energy on that. Don't try to stop your life and basically always be concerned about that. The energy that I can receive is that let things go, and then be a little bit more into your internal peace, and try to heal from inside. And whatever you can control is in your control. Whatever is not in your control, you basically cannot do much. So don't put too much attention and energy on that. Let things go in the way, with the flow. Do your best and take rest. I see for a lot of us, it's very much recommended to take rest. There are busy days for a lot of people coming up, or busy in a way that like normal busy, or it can be chaotic busy. So the best thing is that instead of overthinking and magnifying the problems, if any problem, we just take it easy and rest a little bit and just go by the flow and take it day by day. I mean, it might not be that bad, as bad as it's shown or as bad as we think. And it can be about anything, about your personal problem or in the general about life situation. This is definitely a beautiful news. Very nice. I like that. This is definitely, as I mentioned, and I'm going to say it one more time, it's not that bad. I mean, the message to you is that it's not as bad as you think. It's not going to be that you have been too um, pessimistic for some time, for some of the issues that you're thinking about or you're planning. Yes, things are going to be changing and unstable, but it's not going to be that bad. Maybe some of you are listening to some news which are not right, and maybe some people are giving you false information that has been affected your thought process. Someone gets a globe, like the rolled globe, as a gift. It might be a very precious one, maybe like a gold or even or a very like vintage beautiful one. um, I see it in energy wise, is there is a return of a beautiful energy for the earth, for the humanity, from the universe. There is someone, there's something being sent for us as a blessing. That's definitely what I can see. Light is coming back, or is even more. And again, as I said, things are getting better. Getting better. Don't worry about things. Very positive energies. Um, you need to, well, if you're working on something like in a bank or in a stock market, I see very good growth and financial gain unexpectedly. Like somehow things shift very quickly, and you might get a lot of profit. I definitely see bags of money. These later in and J. So I don't know if you're investing companies, maybe these might show up in the names of the companies that you might want to invest. These are just energies. Also, I see chemistry and maybe pharmaceuticals. There might be also big gains with that. There might be some news. Also, skincare products. If you are in that kind of work, or you somehow it relates to what you do, it's going to have a very good market. Beautiful person. I see a queen. There might be a new queen. Or it might be a ceremony or some news about the royal family. In your personal life, some of you definitely might be invited to a wedding. It's going to be a luxurious wedding. I see the bride is older, like they are in late 30s or even 40s, and they're from a very big, or they're getting married to someone who's very noble and very privileged. This is a beauty. Like if it's you and you're a person, like a female energy, in your 40s, late 30s, there's going to be a beautiful opportunity for you to find love. I see love, but also it's a lot of how can I say, like a marriage, which is with a lot of connection with big people, even maybe politicians, or you're gonna get connected with very important people. I definitely see very important people, but of course, not everyone is gonna get married. So it can also be energetically leading you towards a lot of power in your life. You're going to get very much recognized. You might get a promotion in your job. You might get the chance to talk to more basically important people in your organization, or even if you're in the politics, you might get a step up. Definitely there's a step up. Even if it's a marriage, or it's a wedding, or it's a marriage, I see it as a stepping up, a kind of thing. It's a change in your status, which is very pleasant. So be ready for that. Make sure you get appropriate word like dresses and stuff like that. You are going to shine, definitely. I mean, again, I think my audience is going to be, I see them as a female for this thing, for this incident that I'm seeing. It's a female, late 30s or 40s. Wow, you can't even, it can also be from overseas. You might get into talking to people from overseas, very important people. Um, it also can be that in a country we might have a new queen. I mean, maybe a woman gets, not necessarily a queen, but she gets elected as a prime minister or president or whatever it is. Wow, there's definitely someone coming to express love to you. For some people, it's a lost love that maybe they passed away, or maybe thinking about them. Um, but I see that someone who you didn't expect, or is a totally unknown person, or unexpected love is coming towards you, which is very, very nice. It's again, I see a single mother or an older, like a female energy in their 40s or above. a very good pleasant romantic surprises happening for them. And they might even need to choose from two people. Like they might be two people that you're interested in, and there are two different cases, very, very different people that you have to basically choose from, or try to build your future with them. There needs to be a little bit of thought process, and there might be things that you need to consider before you can finalize your decision with that. It can be romantic and it can be about work, but I see you have to decide between two different things. Like it's maybe about the same topic, but two totally different options. That it might be a little bit hard for you. Maybe you don't have a lot of visibility which side to take, which way to go. Some of you are asked to do a judgment for someone. Maybe your friend come to you, they tell you something and they want your opinion, or they want you to do something like a judgment about whatever case in your friends, between your friends, or they want you to take their side. These two people are the same, have the same value for you, or these situations, they have the same value. And I say you have your heart's close to both of them. They're both dear to your heart. For some people, it can be between their children. They have to judge something, or maybe your siblings or your children, they have a fight, or there's something that needs to be resolved. They want you to step in. And I see that it's not very easy for you to do that because, as I mentioned, both of them are very close to your heart. So let's do a quick focus on what do we need to know for each zodiac sign. As you know, I'll do a quick basically reading for each zodiac sign, and let's see what we will hear and what do we need to know about each sign for each sign. Let's start with Aries and see what is to know for Aries. Well, Aries, I see that some of you have an issue with something. Number one, make sure that the eggs that you buy is fresh. And be careful about your investments. Make sure that you check, I don't know, the policies and stuff like that. There's money, or there's something that is an investment or some financial gain, that you have to make sure about the health of that. I don't know, about your bank account or your statement, your pension plan, or whatever you have, even your money. Maybe some of you have put money somewhere, like cash somewhere, that is a damp place and like there's some moisture, and you have to go and check it. Something like that. Be careful where you put your investments or your belongings. It could also be jewelry. There's something that might there's something that might damage it where you keep your stuff. Also check the security for sure. And also, as I mentioned, I see that you need to eat. Maybe you something get food poisoning. Be careful about that, specifically with eggs, or maybe there is some thing in the news that some parts or some batches or some, I don't know, some grocery store might recall some eggs. That might be possible. Yeah, and then don't use your eggs. I don't know. Don't use them if they're too old or stuff like that. Because they might be something like that. Don't put all your eggs also in the same basket. Try to be a little bit wiser or more considerate of your resources. So you have a lot of resources. I don't see any limitation. It's just the way you are taking care of it. It's a little bit questionable. So revise that. Maybe see what you can do about that, about the resources. But again, as I said, there's no limitation. You have a lot of resources. It's going to even be bigger and more. But again, make sure that you have them in the correct setting, or they're well taken care of. For Taurus, well, there's a side hustle or something that you want to do, but I see that there is a stop, or maybe you want to talk to someone. There's always a pushback. You're trying to do something, but it doesn't happen, or it just you don't want to do it. I see a little bit of, for some of you, oh, you want to do it, you're eager to do it, but there's some pushback from someone else. There's an obstacle in front of you. It can be about a love situation. Some of you might have a heart problem physically that you might need to check, but you might be neglecting it. I see definitely something is being neglected that you have to take care of it. something is coming into clarity for you too. Some of you have beautiful hair, or you're trying to use new hair products, which is going to work. If you're worried about losing hair, there's going to be a treatment or a product that you can find, you will find, and it makes things better. Mm. Some of you are gaining weight and it's making you nervous. Definitely, maybe a checkup that would be good. This is something that you are putting. You're putting it for next month and next month, and before you know, like the year is ended, and you haven't done that still. For some of you, as I said, you want to have a face-to-face conversation, or someone wants to have a face-to-face conversation with you, but it won't happen. Or it's better for everyone not to do that. Because I see that someone is completely turning their head, they basically their back, and there's no way. This is a cut, a complete cut, and disconnected. So just don't carry that thought for yourself. If you had a no answer, or you told someone a no answer, it's not going to change, and I see that it's going to be strongly the same. There's no way you can change it, or there's no way they can change it if you said no to someone. Let's see for Gemini. What do we need to know for Gemini? Well, Gemini, there's a beautiful body there. Maybe something is getting, maybe you're going to be pregnant. There is a nice expansion in whatever you wish for. It can be about your money, about your happiness, in the general feeling for you. There's also something coming from far lands. Maybe a person is coming, maybe you receive an invitation, but it's a gain for you. It's not that it causes you to invest something or advocate for something. It's just that something comes to you. There is a gain. Even if people come, they bring a lot of happiness, or they open a lot of doors to you. I see you might be traveling. Something about your siblings, for example, might happen, or people from your family, or maybe you go see your family in a very, like, where your ancestors are originally from. You might receive something. It can be heritage, something that's connected to you. Some of you might feel love in the place that your ancestors were living, or you might travel there, or there might be something again that's very dear to your heart. It brings a lot of happiness and abundance for you. Some of you are definitely in love. I see that your heartbeat is going when you see someone. Maybe they are in a, I see like three gentlemen, three male energies, that when you see them, your heart rate goes up. There is definitely love for some of you. And I see that there is no talks yet. Maybe they don't know, or you don't know. Maybe someone has a feeling for you. So everything could be vice versa. So you can see how it might apply to you. You might buy beautiful socks. If you're buying shoes, make sure the heel is okay and it won't hit your feet, or like it won't break or something like that. Some of you might have your fingers, your feet might be, your toes actually might be very cold, or you might have some kind of maybe shoes. Maybe if you're going for a walk, or you're going on a travel, take comfortable shoes. Your feet are very sensitive, and it can really bother you if and everything will be very painful for you if you have uncomfortable shoes. Cancer, you will find something that's very nice. You're very much scared of insects. Like, if you see an insect like a spider, some of you really freak out. But I see that you might overcome. If there's something that bothers you, you can take care of it very much. You have a lot of power to say no and do things as you want. In Libra can be very helpful. You might have a discussion with your Libra. If you had a fight or an argument, you might come into terms together. Um, and you're aiming something. Some of you are angry and you want to really just shoot everyone. But be careful, as I said, with your words. Some of you might be very upset. The moon cycle might have affected you very much. So be careful with, your emotions. It can make you very depressed and tired, and the next day you might be very good. You're being ruled by the moon, so be careful with when you have a conscious understanding of that, and try to monitor your feelings with that, and then tell yourself that some things are coming from the sky and you can control. So don't let it be so hard on you. Again, some of you you're either signing something, a contract, but as you can also get a degree or graduate. Beautiful peacock, very good opportunities coming. You have been waiting for a long time. It has been difficult for some of you. It is coming together. You have been worried maybe for finances, but it's coming together. Don't worry, it's not that bad. Don't I see some of you, your heart is completely, you're under a lot of stress, but don't worry, it's going to be fine, and you don't need to be very much worried about that. Wow, Leo, you have the tornado. So with the climate change that we were talking about, or unexpected wind is coming towards you, or is coming from you, Leo. Make sure you don't storm out on someone, specifically at workplace. You might say something, as I mentioned before, that might hurt someone or damage a relationship. As I mentioned, it won't be for good, but again, it's not going to be easy and comfortable. So have it in your mind. If you live somewhere that there is a risk for tornadoes or for I don't know, weird conditions, even if you're not used to that, it might happen out of nowhere. It depends where the Uranus is in your chart. But if you have a very strong Uranus, you might do something very unexpected and storm out all the people, or make a very radical decision, something ironic. You're also very powerful. People see you as a like very, very powerful person. They can't resist you. They can't stop you. You are unstoppable, Leo. You are very strong. Be careful where you're going. Be careful if you're attacking someone or if you're rejecting something. Your emotions are very, very strong and powerful. You don't need that much strength for some things. If you're traveling by train, be careful again. There might be some disruptions, but it's not that bad, or it's not dangerous at all. I don't see any danger. Virgo, what do we need to know for Virgo? Wow, this is the aha moment for Virgo. There's something that you might see on a screen that you were like, oh yeah, like maybe you're watching TV and you remember something. Maybe you watch a ad, like a advertisement, and you're like, oh, this is something that comes to your mind, or it can be anything, but it's an important thing. While you're watching something and a neuron in your head just starts flashing, and you're like, something comes to clarity in your mind, in your vision. Maybe you have a very, very beautiful and vivid vision or dream. Something is shown to you, and you will get some visual clearance or guidance, which is going to be very helpful for you to make a very important decision. It can be also financially very auspicious for you. Some of you, I see a victory sign for you. You get a pass, you get a yes answer, definitely. Your kite is going up in the sky. You're successful, you're in balance, things are going better. If you were sick, definitely you're healing, or you have already healed. Try to rest a little bit more. A little bit turbulence for you, but definitely not that much as I saw for Leo. Your kite is flying beautifully in the sky. You can let it go a little bit higher, but don't go too fast. Don't let it to other people to decide. Keep the control in your hand, even if it's for small things. Try to keep the control yourself. Libra. Oh, you're missing someone, or someone is definitely missing you. You have been cut, or someone has been cut, or you have cut them from your connections or from your contacts. This person, it could be you, it can be someone else. They are very lonely. They have been, or they are feeling that they have been left behind, or they're alone. Some of you might find a very a very precious coin, or a suspicious coin. I don't know what that means. There's a Scorpio person around you. Be careful about people. Some of you think that people are doing wrong to you. People have been bad to you. You have been judging a lot, and you feel that you are the person who is a victim, and everyone did wrong to you, but you don't want to listen to them, or this person maybe is your person and you are on the other side. Again, you might fall on other part of the scenario, so just take what resonates with these energies. So someone is thinking that the other people don't respect them, don't take them seriously, they cut them, and they're enemies, and they're not helping, and this person is a victim and themselves are a victim, and they're pity for themselves, which is not valid. This is the way they visualize it, and they're judging, and they think that they have the right judgment. And I see that it's very difficult to talk to this person and change their mind and bring them back to this safest, from the deep, deep place that they have chosen to hide, from the cave that they have gone, and they're treating other people like giving them a silence treatment. Some Libras might be giving their family a silence treatment. And I have to tell you, if it continues, people won't care anymore. If it's a father in a family who's doing that, children is just they're gonna be upset for a while, but then they won't care anymore, and they just let you like that. They won't come to you and say, oh, what's wrong with you? And I don't see that, and I don't see any valid reason for you to do that, and it's just your judgment. that maybe other people don't even agree, and they don't see the situation like that. So don't judge like that. Scorpio. Oh, two people are having a beautiful time, maybe with your friends, with your sibling, with your partner, with your kids, or your, colleagues, whatever, friend. You might go somewhere which is a snowy and you play, or maybe it's a ground, I don't know, either open land and you're playing. Someone is going to somewhere which is a snowy, there's snow and they're playing, making a snowman or just skiing. I see snow definitely. There's a lot of abundance for you, Scorpio. You have been on a very good year or on a very good place. Right now you're mostly happy. I mean, relatively. There's someone who you have a lot of joy with. It can be a Leo or a Gemini, that they have a little bit of children, like childish behavior that you enjoy, or you can be the other side. It could be both. You might be bringing a lot of joy to someone else's life. There's a lot of joy, laughter, and if you are in a couple situation, if with your work projects or even romance, I see a beautiful give and take, beautiful balance, harmony is there, very beautiful. I see very nice timing for you. Everything is working. Definitely if you're going on vacation, it's going to be beautiful. It might be colder than what you thought, but I see that you too, specifically if you are a couple or you're two people going together, you just very easy going. You try to enjoy even if things are not as you planned, and you have a beautiful company. If you have a person in love and romance that you are now spending time with and you're happy with them, this person can be your twin flame, because you are very happy together no matter what. Well, Sagittarius, I see definitely intimacy for you. I see you guys in bed. um well, some of you might get married. There's definitely romance. Sagittarius, you are focused on your love relationship, and you're very I see your seventh basically house in your chart is very active. Maybe you're trying to get pregnant. For some people, you might be on like taking some medication, but be careful about that. Someone might not be honest about that kind of topic. Maybe you want to get pregnant, your patient doesn't want to. Someone might not be very honest about that. Just a hint for some people, not everyone. There's two things coming for you very quickly, maybe in like 4 or 5 months or even days. 4 or 5 days minimum, months maximum, you will receive something very good. Again, if you're trying to get pregnant or if you're trying to get married, this is the time frame that I can see. Mm. Yeah, romance is in your scope for a lot of you. Very chitty chatty, very beautiful energy for a lot of you is gonna happen, and I see beautiful energies for you. You're very comfortable. That's nice. Capricorn. Capricorn, take the mask off your face. Some of you have put the mask, I mean, you might have the mask for a different reason. Some of you are trying to hide your feelings because, for example, you're at work and you just can't resist how people, I don't know, like they see things differently than you, and you can't stand other people's opinion. You think it's not valid and it's wrong, but you keep your mouth shut and you don't say anything. You put this smile on your face and you're like, I don't care. So that's one kind of mask, but you're really oppressed and you're under pressure. You're like, I don't know, like you're just, but your eyes are very they're popping, so people can see your feeling from your eyes. Some of you are just putting a mask to cover your real feeling for other reasons, but try to remove that. Try to find a way to communicate your true feelings in the best way possible with people. You don't need to have a mask to hide it, because you put a mask on to hide whatever is behind the mask. So the energies and the reading for you, Capricorn, is telling me, don't do that. Try to face the situation. Try to be able to say what you think or what you feel in a way to people, or show it in a way that is not hating someone, and is going to construct a relationship or help you in a way, because you're also under a lot of pressure, and people also know that this is a mask. It can be in any topic in your life, not necessarily work or romance, but it's there. Aquarius. Wow, Aquarius, you're eating so much, or you have a lot of opportunities. You're being very greedy, some of you, and some of you are getting into some power. You have unexpected people listening to you. Like I see you are going to be very powerful. You can eat what you want, you can do what you want, you might have a lot of money, you might receive very good income from different sources, and people are listening to you. You have a lot of power. Don't overeat, don't overdrink. I don't see drinking like as an addiction, but I see like you're just greedy. I see a lot of greedy energy there. Be careful about your health. If you are on a diet, make sure that it's a correct diet. And it won't harm your body. I don't see that it's going to hurt you or harm your health. I see most energetically you're very greedy. And some of you are, I don't want to say you're taking advantage of people, and people are saying yes to you. You might get a very big role for some reason, a jump in like as a promotion, or just you might find a role like in a political situation, or somehow you will get a high ranking situation that people are going to be bowing even to you. Some of you are looking very wise, and you're detail with all the details. You're planning out your year, your day, your finances. You're going to be very successful with finances. You're planning out everything to the details, and I like that. Very, very good energy in harmony, but just try not to be greedy. That might not help you. There is a why. Maybe you're asking a lot, or you keep asking people why. Or if you're doing something, big investment, try to ask a lot of questions. There's big money coming to you, Aquarius. Very beautiful energy for you here. Pisces. Wow, if you have female energy, I see definitely power for you. I see Queen of Swords, and you are determined to do something. You're going to make your decision and stand very powerful against something like Aquarius, but in a different vision. I don't see you greedy. I see you determined and powerful, Pisces. You're going to gain a lot of success, a lot of attention, but I don't see you using other people. It all comes built in yourself. You're going to do that. This is something that you gained, you made, you developed, and you're going to own it. If you had something under review, some kind of work, a patent, a line of whatever product, you are going to own it. You might, some of you even have a brand with your name. Whatever that you wanted is under your regulation. For love and romance, people are going to look at you like a precious queen. That's not easy to be satisfied. You're going to have a lot of expectations, and you're not that Pisces who's like, oh, like you feel like a victim and you want to be a victim and you do anything to make people happy or try to help them. I see you here very sophisticated, very determined. As I said, the sword is in your hand. If someone comes to you, you're going to chop them, and that's not a joke. And it's not just what you think, it's also what people see in you. Very strong, very powerful. Some of you, the way you dress, maybe you have lost some weight or gained some weight. Somehow you look beautiful in your shape, you fit completely, and you're at the top of your basically your shape. You're just shining, very beautiful, very determined. If you have made a decision, you keep it. It's very like your logics are working very good. I don't see you emotional, which is actually very good. Or the reading is telling you make a little bit, make more space for yourself to be rational, make a decision and stand by it, and be that woman with the sword in the hand, and stay strong. But I also say that there might be that women get into power, and I saw that in the reading area, and I saw that there might be an imaging of a woman getting power, taking power in some country, or somehow women getting very powerful. I definitely see that for Pisces. Maybe that's a Piscean that I saw earlier. Well, thank you so much. That was the reading for today. That was the messages that we needed to hear right now, right here with the guidance session with Rima. Until the next time, stay blessed.